When I look at planning this year, I really was looking at planning with intention, without a lot of pressure around it, and looking at the promotions I had for 2025 and deciding which ones to roll into 2026. Like I said, I use the word promotions, but I don't just mean sales. Hey, welcome to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify. This is episode 158, and we are planning out our 2026 year of promotions for our customers and for our Shopify store. And when I say promotions, I don't mean sales. I don't always mean sales, or I don't mean just sales. I mean lots of different initiatives you could roll into your calendar for this year to get more eyeballs on your brand and more people to your website. I want to talk a little bit about capacity as well and energy. I've actually pulled an old episode from a year ago. I talk about this, it looks like pretty well this time each year when I'm setting up my own marketing calendar, which I have on the wall here that I can see with what I've got planned for January. And I want to share with you why sort of creating a plan like this is to support your business through this year, but also your life and your energy levels as well. This is not a strict rule book by any means. It's really about giving your sort of audience and your customers consistent reasons to come and check out your website so that when they're ready to shop, they will. When they're ready to buy, then they'll buy. I call it promotions through the year, but like I said, it really is initiatives or reasons for people to come to your website. If I think about why I do this work at all, which I shared in a previous episode, I find it helpful to really solidify for myself why I even do these things. What makes work in your business valuable? When you do work in the evenings for your e-commerce store, or the weekends, or during the day, depending how much time you are committing to your small business or your Shopify side hustle, when you sit down and do any body of work, why are you doing that particular task? Why is that particular project important or valuable? And I do find it valuable myself to kind of spell that out for myself so that I'm clear why this is even important. So for me personally, when I plan my calendar for 2026 and my Shopify promotions that I will do all through this year and have different ones in different months, the reason why I even do this work to begin with is I want to give people a reason to get to my website. So when it suits them, then they'll buy. So all of these various promotions and initiatives that I'm going to do this year are simply all reasons to get people to the website. It's just a reason for someone when they see it at the right time in their day, in their week, in their month, it might just be the time that they've decided to buy something. And this gives them a reason to come to the website and check those things out. That's another reason why you should house everything on your website. If you have digital files, guides, anything like that, a blog, of course, all of those things should be also housed on your website. If you have digital files, then build a page and add a hyperlink to the PDF in your website. You want people there more often than not. Don't send people to an external OneDrive link or Google Drive link to get a document from you they need. Send them to your website. You can upload any type of file into your content library on Shopify. If you look on Shopify, you look down the left-hand menu on content, there's a section there called files. Make sure you upload all your PDFs there if you offer guides or tutorials and all sorts of things like that. Put them there and then make sure you go build a page inside underneath the menu online store pages, or even on your product page if it's applicable, and put the link to that PDF there from the website. So that's where they find the document. They don't go to a Google Drive or OneDrive or anything like that to go get resources from you. You want them on your website. At all possible ways we can, traffic gets sent to the website. That's sort of beside the point, but also a good point to make. When I look at planning this year, I really was looking at planning with intention, without a lot of pressure around it, and looking at the promotions I had for 2025 and deciding which ones to roll into 2026. Like I said, I use the word promotions, but I don't just mean sales. Look at the dates you want to use this year around sensible consumer shopping dates. So, of course, Black Friday, end of financial year sale. Are there other times of year, Australia Day, Easter, Mother's Day, Father's Day? Are there other seasonal consumer sort of shopping days as well that make sense for you to do either a promotion like a new product launch or a sale of some description, a percentage off or a gift voucher or a gift with purchase or a new launch of something. Is there a clearance collection that you want to feature and make sure your customers know that you have it? Look at like different consumer shopping times through the year and make sure you have something to present at each of those that makes sense for your brand. Then also think about your capacity and what you can be consistent about. I like to go on Facebook and YouTube once a week and chat to my customers. And I get way less viewers now than I did a year ago or 2 years ago. I need to work out what I want to do about that or what I can do about that. But it's still worth me doing because it gives me content for an email every week, because I send an email every week inviting my customers to go watch the replay of the live that I just did. And on the live, I might either be featuring a product up close or showing it, or doing some sort of activity because I'm in a craft niche, that I might be doing some sort of project or activity or technique. Then that gives me content for an email that I can send. It also means I could boost that live. I have used those lives before and put them inside an ad campaign too, to kind of get extra juice out of them. And you could also then write a blog post about those as well. So all of that, those are reasons to repurpose what you're doing. So think a bit smarter about what you want to do this year, maybe than last year, and think about your capacity for each of those things and the consistency of which you can do them, or the ways you can repurpose the different things you want to do. This document then, my calendar, is a bit of a living document. It's not a hard and fast plan. Like I said, it's not a rule book, but it's a focus or a guide. And having this plan is better than like no plan. Like I talked about in my episode a couple of weeks ago, not to be reactive this year with our e-commerce stores. Let's not live in reaction mode. You don't want to be throwing together a Black Friday sale 3 days out from Black Friday. It's not going to get you the results you would hope to get. These things need much more planning and thought out time in advance. And if we put them on a calendar or in your phone or your diary, then schedule it out and then forget about it. That is one of the reasons why I love my calendar. It tells me for January, I'm doing a new product launch. I'm doing a new sticker set separate to that. And I'm doing a focus on content this month of new year, new you, like decluttering and getting set for the new year with a nice new journal and new supplies, new stickers, new papers. That tells me my focus for January. I am not at all concerned with what's coming up in May or November. And I don't want to constantly have that in the back of my mind. There's no need to now because it's written in my calendar. It is going to pop up for me when it needs to, so that I've got enough time to plan out those things in advance. That's a really, that's going to, honestly, that is one thing I think if you don't do that already, if you're a bit of a planner like me, you will see the benefit. You already know the benefit of doing that. But if you're not, I encourage you to get a cheap $2 calendar. That's how much mine was from the reject shop or something. And step out some themes for each month and give yourself some promotions or incentives to give your customers a reason to come to your website each month. Because you will find, I'm confident you will find that once it's there on paper and you've got it on your wall, you will be able to put a lot of things out of your mind that may be nagging at you and sucking your energy and your attention. That's why I love paper and planning things out, is now that it's there in my calendar, I don't need to worry about what I'm doing for Black Friday yet, because it will come up on the month that I've decided to plan it out. The same thing is true for my birthday sale. I'll probably do a birthday sale in April. That's when I started my business. I'll do some sort of birthday sale. I don't know if I'll do a flash sale or a new product launch or a gift with purchase. What else could I do? A challenge inside my Facebook group that's related to my birthday sale. I could do some gifting and gift some customers. That's probably what I'll do for sure. I've done that every year. That's been heaps of fun. Gift some customers free products and do it on a Facebook and YouTube live. So like the anniversary of my first ever order. So let's say I started my business on the 1st of April 2021. Who placed an order the 1st of April 2025? Then I will send them something for free. These things are fun to do. They're inexpensive. They actually don't take a lot of effort. If you could have thought about them like now, let's sit down and think about it now and get them scheduled on a calendar. And then when it comes up, you'll see it at the right time and you'll be able to put some energy and time into it then. and know that you're set for the year. Like, let's get our Shopify store into a spot this year that we can see what's coming up. We're prepared for what's coming up. Also, the other benefit, of course, of being prepared is if something pops up, say I go to one of my suppliers and have a conversation with them about a product, or they reach out to me to share something new, and maybe they've put something discounted, maybe they've got a sale on a specific product and they're reaching out to let me know. Because I've planned out my year and what I want to be doing this year promotions wise, and especially things I want to be launching or putting on sale, if a supplier comes to me and has something that they want to share, a catalog or something that's on sale for a limited time, I can quickly identify if that's something I want to jump on or not. So the opportunity is there to be better planned with my inventory and maybe save some money on inventory costs by making the most of sales that might come up from suppliers through the year that ordinarily I wouldn't be thinking about, except that I know I want to do a sale in April or August or November. What's the very next step in your marketing journey in growing your e-commerce store and finding new customers and converting them profitably? I encourage you to reach out to me for some one-on-one support. If you found your ads haven't worked in the past, top reasons I have seen with my own clients in why their ads stop working is a lack of creative diversity in the account, of exclusions and proper targeting, really helping Meta push to prospective users. And then ads that start to fatigue and circle the drain, that's when you find your costs start to skyrocket and you wonder what is going wrong in your account. When you run ads, your email marketing does better. When you do email marketing, it supports the money you are spending in advertising on Meta by ensuring that customers come back again and again, offsetting the cost you paid to Meta to get that customer for the first time. So there's no like crazy long retainer you have to sign up with me for. We can just work together for 1 month, and then you can decide if you want to continue working further or take back the reins and continue to DIY your marketing solution. And why reach out to me for support? Well, for my own e-commerce store, yes, I'm still running my own e-commerce store, and in 2025 my revenue is up 100%. I've doubled my revenue so far based off of 2024. The email marketing revenue I've had this year so far is 80% higher than it was for 2024. So I'm in a perfect position to support you in growing in your next steps. And let's really build out a robust, healthy campaign strategy that's going to see you succeeding long term. I encourage you to reach out to me. You can book a discovery call straight in my calendar. We can chat for 20 minutes about your business and the immediate next step you need to succeed in Meta ads or in your email marketing. You can find me at Aussie Online Growing on Shopify.com.au. You can reach out to me just by booking a discovery call straight in my calendar. Let's chat for 20 minutes on Zoom and see how I can support you in winning to find new customers to grow your e-commerce store here in Australia next. Back to the episode. So that's another benefit as well, is even just putting these things on paper in advance, you can set and forget a lot of things then and not have that mental clutter that will suck your energy and your time and have you always thinking there's something you're missing. There's a horrible feeling. Hey, like, what am I missing? I know I should be doing something. What's coming up? What do I need to get ready for? Do I need to think about Mother's Day now? No, I don't. It's written down and I'll worry about it when it comes up. But unless you write those things down, your brain will get preoccupied with that stuff and it's going to take away from the time and energy you have, which is probably really limited anyway, especially if you are in a side hustle and this is working around your full-time gig. Then the time you have to spend on your Shopify store and growing your small business is really valuable and limited as it is. You don't want to be spending that time reacting to things that are coming up that weekend that you need to quickly scramble for. You also don't want to be spending time worrying about stuff that you don't actually need to worry about yet, but your brain keeps reminding you about it because you haven't written it down somewhere, got it out of your head and scheduled it to an appropriate time in the year when it will become important. So that's another reason I encourage you to do a promotions calendar as well. Keep it visible, put it on the wall somewhere. You want to be able to see this thing often so that you're constantly glancing at it and making sure you're just not losing or things aren't slipping through the cracks. And then you can adjust it. Like I said, it is flexible. This is about a plan that you want to be doing, but these things can then shift around. This is not locking you into anything. It's flexible, but until you've got it written down, then anything's up for grabs. And that's no way to be in 2026. Hey, let's be more intentional this year, more protective of our energy and our time this year, and make sure that the time we are spending on our small business is in the right places. And the right places are what you decide the right places are. So I want to just encourage you as a wrap up that have a why for yourself. Why do you even plan these things out, or why is it important to consider putting together a plan for 2026? My why is absolutely to give people a reason to get to my website when it suits them, and then they'll shop when it suits them. That is my why. What is yours? And identify that if you struggle with sitting down and putting together a plan of some description, that really may help you cement why it's a good idea to do, and you'll thank yourself later, especially just for the clutter that's going to be out of your head that you don't need to worry about stressing over things that you don't need to think about yet, because there are things you need to be thinking about now. And if you're worried about what's coming up in November, you're probably not worrying about what's coming up in February, which is far more important. I'll quickly tell you, just in case you're interested, let me grab it. Like I said, look, it's one of those cheap $2 ones from the reject shop. Let me just tell you some of the things I have on here. And they're the same things I think I probably mention every year that go on my calendar. I mentioned what I've got for January. I'm doing a giveaway. I've got some products that I had on my website last year. What happened was this is a good way to make use of things, random mistakes. So I thought some things were sold out on the website. They weren't. No one bought them for months, and I wondered why they hadn't moved yet. And I had 2 things left that were part of a set. No one grabbed them, which seemed unusual to me. They were sitting on the shelf. I saw them every time I packed orders for other stuff. And it's because they were sold out. I didn't check the inventory. I got the inventory wrong. Instead of putting the inventory back on the website, I thought, you know what? Let's just take them off. I'm going to use them. Let's leave them as sold out. Remove them from the website. I'm going to hold on to them and do a giveaway in February. So next month I'm going to do a giveaway, and those 2 things that are a bit of a set are going to become the prize for the giveaway in February. I'm still leaning into new year, new you messaging as well in February. I feel like I can continue on a bit longer. I want to do a couple of Facebook and YouTube lives in the evening in February rather than just the ones I ordinarily do in the morning. So I want to try and get some new eyeballs by doing them in the evening. I'm also going to do a Facebook group challenge. I have a Facebook group. I want to do a challenge inside the group, which gives people a reason to join my group, which is just a way of moving them further along that buyer journey. If you think about people who see your Facebook page, so say people who see your ad, very top of the funnel, they see an ad, they may go to your Facebook page. Now they're a bit more interested in who you are. If they take the step to join a private Facebook group you might have, they're really indicating more interest in who you are as a brand. So I like to do challenges inside my Facebook group because they're very warm leads, and many of them are customers. There's a huge percentage of the people inside my Facebook group have become customers at some point or another. And then I'm going to do grab bags, which is like a bargain bundle. So sort of like a bargain, like a spend and save, something like that, or a discontinued bundle group of products. So I'm going to do grab bags, a birthday sale, which I shared as well. I'm going to do $10 Tuesdays. I love $10 Tuesdays. I've done them now for a couple of years. 100% always worthwhile. I've got a screenshot. I feel like I did an episode actually about this last year. You have to go back through my episodes to find it. The sessions, when I do $10 Tuesdays for 1 month, which is basically every Tuesday for a month, a different product is $10. So each Tuesday, maybe in April, I'm thinking about doing it. Just for Tuesday, one product on the website is $10 for a 24-hour window only. And then I talk about it on Facebook and YouTube Live, and I send an email about it as well. But I have found the last couple of times I've done this, my sessions pretty well double in that month. It gets massive amounts of interest and people to the website, which helps my meta ads, of course, in retargeting users as well by scooping those people up and converting them in other ways. And my Klaviyo, that increases my engaged segment on Klaviyo. But the last time I did $10 Tuesdays last year, my sessions were up 100% on the previous month. Because of doing this promotion for the month, people know it runs for the whole month. They know every Tuesday they can watch out for something brand new that's coming, not a brand new product, but a new promotion that's available on that Tuesday of that month for that 24-hour window. The other benefit of doing something like this is you will be surprised how many people buy other stuff. Some people don't even buy the $10 product. Like I said, it's just another reason to get people to your website. And if they're ready to buy for something else they have already seen before and loved and put on their little wish list, then they'll buy it. So it is another reason to get people to your website across a longer period of time, the whole month, every Tuesday, each Tuesday of that month. And you may find, what I have found is that people also buy other stuff and not often the $10 product, which is pretty hilarious. Also, I'm thinking about doing an in-person event. This will be the first time I have ever done an in-person event. So I'm considering an in-person event and also another new product launch, end of financial year sale, and maybe another Facebook group challenge. I want to do a push on my subscription boxes and look for new subscribers and do a bit of a launch. And I also want to feature a specific collection one month and make the whole month about that one collection. Also, another new product launch, but for spring. So I want to lean into spring and make the new products I launch specifically about spring. And probably another giveaway as well. A gift with purchase, maybe some more craft, like some live events in the evening versus the morning, and a bundle offer. So I want to put together a bundle offer of slow moving products and repackage them and relaunch them in a new and fresh way. A flash sale, so like a flash sale, maybe 24 hours, maybe 48 hours, maybe a weekend, I'm not sure yet. And then a new release for Christmas, so leading into a different season and releasing for Christmas. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, Christmas gifting, Christmas shopping, Christmas boxes, Christmas gifts. So they're not complicated. They're pretty common sense. And I'm sure you'll have other things as well. But you see what I'm saying? The point is, the reason is to get people to come to the website. The reason is to put something new and fresh out into the marketplace and to help my ads perform better, help my emails perform better, get more eyes on my brand, get more people to the website, and just give people a reason to come and check out what's going on. Thanks for hanging out with me today. It's always nice to see you. And as always, hey, keep learning. I'll see you next time.